Welcome, welcome. Mellow vibes tonight.
Yeah, Jesse, this is just like old times.
There's a mask ordinance in the state of Colorado. If you feel it is unsafe for you to practice with a mask, or you have a medical condition, only you can exempt yourself when you are on your mat. Otherwise, please have it on at all times. Under this exception, I will not be wearing a mask while I teach. Welcome, yogis at home. Nice to see you. I think all of you know it's a classical yin practice. So if you have blankets, towels, cushy things like pillows, couch pillows, etc., bring them into your space. I'll queue up the playlist. Oops. It's here somewhere. 1 second. There it is. It's called Yin 575 in 3, 2, 1, play. Alrighty. Let's dive in. So, not mandatory by any means, but grab your towel or blanket, fold it up at least twice, just like this. Bring your sit bones onto that blanket. We'll start with caterpillar tonight. You have a pillow with you, extend it along your legs. Again, not mandatory by any means. Take a moment here. Ground your sits bones down, maybe eyes closed, a few breaths. Slight flex of your toes to lengthen the space behind your legs and simultaneously soften your legs towards your mat. Doesn't take long, a few breaths with intention to clear your space, clear your mind. Observe your body. Witness this settling. Alrighty, fingertips to the earth outside your hips. As you inhale, lengthen your back a bit, hug your shoulder blades, and anchor through your seat. Then exhale, fold forward towards your pillow or blanket. Now, if you don't have one of these props, simply bring your hands to your legs, let your chin fall heavy on your chest. You can grab your toes, outside edges of your feet, or even the backs of your feet. That may be a bit deep to get started. However, something to maybe ease towards. What's most important is that one of two things: either your head is supported by your pillow or bolster, or your chin is heavy on your chest. The back of your neck stretches easily. Build your breath. So key in these opening moments, even in this compressed shape. Build space throughout your belly, your ribs, your back, your throat. And I find that if you give it your attention for a while and sort of set the pace of your breath, it begins to take over and maintain that rhythmic pace without so much effort on your part. And this speaks very much to a yin approach, a letting go, allowing things to Find their rhythm, their pace. Your gaze constantly inward, scanning, noticing areas that are stuck, spaces in your body, your mind, your emotions, where there's resistance. Let this resistance subside through a choice to release, to let go, to soften. Continue as you are, yogis. I'll be back shortly. Hey, Janice. Now, as you are, we'll take 3 rounds of breath together. Inhale slowly, expand, create space, and exhale, slowly release, maybe with your lips slightly parted. Inhale again, and exhale. Last time in and out. Bring your fingertips to the earth. Begin to walk them towards your hips as you lift your chest, one step at a time. Bring your shoulders to stacked over your hips, and then lift your chin. Pause. Rest the back of your right palm in your left. Take this moment to receive, to digest, to integrate. Most of all, to notice. Very, very nice. Now, if you are sitting on a blanket or towel, simply move it out of your space for a moment, as well as your pillow, and come onto your back. Path of least resistance, nice and easy. And just take a miniature Shavasana here. Allow your back, your arms, your legs to melt, cool in all directions. See it in your mind's eye as you breathe with depth. Maybe gaze inward at your third eye. Well done. Now roll slightly to the right towards a fetal shape, just a transition. And you'll come to the top of your mat for Sphinx. We'll start with fundamental Sphinx, prone position, legs back, hip width, shoulders on or about above your elbows. And you can bring your forearms in the shape of 11. Turn your palms up in that case, or prayer hands. Option to keep your head upright or chin to chest. And again, if you have a block or prop in the vicinity, you can rest your forehead on that. Another option, those of you with desire for a little more depth, you can elevate your forearms above your mat with a pillow, rolled up blanket, or blocks. And we'll settle in. Back to the rhythm of your breath. I can't remember if it was last week or the week before. We talked about the string pulling your belly, your mid-body, your waistline down towards the core of the earth. I'd like you to revisit that visualization. So again, a golden cord from the center of the earth attached to your navel, and that slight tug towards the center of this planet. And as you see, feel, experience this tug in your imagination, soften your belly, give your body to this tug. Release any clenching in your glutes, your legs, your toes, the tops of your feet. And notice the more you yield your low belly towards your mat, that your upper belly, even your sternum, begins to fall down. However, your shoulders remain upright. And now that you have addressed your belly, your low back, address now your shoulders. Feel free to lean forward slightly or rock back slightly. And find that place where little to no effort is required in your shoulders. And you can just sit upright like a cottage on posts, looking over the ocean. And then breathe, witness, experience the shape for several more breaths. As always, if you have subtle movements, adjustments that help you to maintain a safe and comfortable edge, do so. That could mean turning your neck slightly, adjusting your shoulder bones. These are intuitive movements that are chosen with integrity to play your edge, to dial in the most rewarding embodiment that you can. And now if you'd like a little more, you can make your way to seal. Plant your palms at the top corners of your mat, then extend your arms. And a reminder, if you walk your wrist creases towards your hips, you'll get more depth, more extension in your spine. And if you nudge your palms forward, you can back off. So dial in a safe edge, mild to moderate, a 2 to 5 out of 10. Slightly dull, slightly achy, slightly bitter. Maybe slightly externally rotate your wrists so that you can release, again, any unnecessary action in your shoulders. Deep breaths, ground your belly towards the core of this planet. Head up for chin to chest. Stay for an inhale. Release with your exhale. Very slow. If you're in seal, come to forearms first. If you're in sphinx, make your way to crocodile. Stack palms, chest down. If you'd like to bend your knees and windshield wiper side to side, it may release and help to circulate sensation in your low back. Keep your breath just as if you were in a posture, steady and rhythm. This invites the circulation of the posture. Perfect. Now we'll take extended wing. Forehead to the mat, your mat. Extend your arms to a T. Now kickstand your left arm and begin to press the earth away as you roll towards your right arm. Left leg bent. Start here. You can walk your right fingertips forward for more depth, away from your body, or towards your body for less. Especially with this shape, nice, balanced edge, nothing pinching, burning, no numbness. It is time, not depth, that uncovers the gifts of this practice. If you'd like a little more, take a half bind, sweep your left arm behind your back. Maybe even tuck your fingers under your side body. And you can also roll onto the outer edge of your left foot, nothing forced, and allow for a subtle hip opening. along your left inner and outer hip. Let your head rest heavy on the earth. Release any tension in your jaw, your neck, your palate, space behind your eye. And simply breathe. Gaze inward. A reminder that these long holds are an invitation to cultivate a meditative awareness. Perhaps simply observe your own thoughts passing by, your own feelings, your own memories. And remind yourself that these qualities are a part of you. They do not define you. In essence, we choose consciously to not identify with the fluctuation of our own brain, our own ego mind. Instead, with wisdom, and observe this trickery. And remind yourself that it is an illusion. Perhaps you've begun to cultivate a quality of softness along your surface tissues, your muscles, tendons, etc. I'd like you to dive deeper inside your bones, the connective tissue that connects your bones. The network of your body. Stay for a full breath. Inhale and exhale. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, slowly transition to a prone shape. And bring the side of your face, left side of your face, to your mat. Arms along your side bodies, palms face up. the shesha, the resonance of the posture. Let it circulate, observe it moving like a river, like a stream. Healing, lubrication, unwinding, untangling of your tissues. See it in your mind's eye. All right, tee out your arms once again, forehead or chin to the earth. Kickstand your right arm. And now begin to roll towards your left arm. And with your arm still kickstood, start to dial in your edge. So start by walking your left fingertips forward and back. Remember, 2 to 5 on a scale of 10. Then choose whether or not you like to roll slightly onto the outer edge of your right foot and allow your hip to open up a bit. Let the side of your head rest heavy. Soft palate, soft neck, soft jaw. And from here, option to half bind. You'll sweep your right arm behind your back. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. Allow your heart to peel open. And return to this meditative state. Gaze inward. Long, deep, slow breaths. And although this practice is meant to cultivate an alpha state, a parasympathetic state, to soften your tissues, to give you a sense of deep relaxation, I believe, and others as well, that there is an acute engagement of your consciousness. And that can be tricky because on one hand, again, you're almost drifting into a sleep. Your body certainly is working towards a softening, a pooling, a yielding, letting go. But I'd like you to balance this by engaging your awareness. And how you do that is full of options. Through observing your body, again, your thoughts, your emotions. Noticing perhaps how you vacillate between memories and hopes. So basically, I encourage you, stay checked in. Stay hyper aware. every subtlety, every nuance. Almost like a scientist or an architect. In truth, an alchemist. We set free what is restricted. We awaken what is conditioned. We invite the fullness of our ability to heal, transform, empower. Full breath with me. Inhale and exhale. Stay for your inhale. Exhale. Gently unwind your bind if you have one. Come back to prone. One step at a time. Indeed, a principle of this practice. As we enter and exit postures with the utmost mindfulness. This time, roll onto the right side of your face. The time to receive, to drink the nectar of your effort. Bring your head back through neutral and very gently make your way back to a table. If you have a blanket or towel, again, we'll elevate the sits bones with it. Not mandatory. We'll set up butterfly. Soles of your feet together, knees nice and wide. Pause here for a moment. I'd like you to, everyone, explore how it feels to move your heels away from your pubic area. Sit with that for just a breath or two. Notice. And then bring your heels nice and close. And decide, now that you've experienced those two extremes, where you'd like to place your feet in this shape today. And if you have a pillow, make sure it's handy. And as we did in the first forward fold to caterpillar, take a moment, anchor down through your sits bones, and reach up through your spine. Chin completely neutral. No effort in your jaw, your palate. Just stack your bones. Let your outer legs fall toward your mat. And allow your inner thighs, your groin, to spread. Eyes closed. Take this time to feel yourself in space. Stay with this as you inhale. As you exhale, option to fold. So, if you're thinking about folding, you can fold up your pillow, rest your head there. You can use blocks if you have them. You can also take this technique. If you don't want to fold quite so deep, you can bring your pillow at a bit of an angle and rest your forehead there. So Those are options. If your head is not supported, that's fine. Chin to chest. Allow the back line of your neck and head to expand, to lengthen. Especially for those of you that are folding, you have the opportunity to continue to extend, stretch, unwind your back line. Create a foundation for this shape by pooling your seat, the points where your outer feet touch your mat. I'd like you to breathe with all your effort along your inner legs, especially again your groin. With each breath, there's a subtle, very subtle action of extending your knees away from your pubic bones. It's almost more of a thought than a physical movement. Now use this acute consciousness we discussed, this awareness, to create space, healing, restoration in your whole body. And as the body, so is the mind. And as the mind, so is the body. See the ripples of prana, of soma. See the colors. Set your mind free. A reminder, always option to find subtle movements, maybe even pulses. As if you were moving through deep, cool water. This idea of vinyasa, to place yourself in a special way, exists in all branches of postural yoga. Much more than a push-up and a back bend. There's a wave, a cycle. Close once again with a full breath together. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Those of you folded, fingertips or palms to the earth, and 1 millimeter at a time, walk your way to seated. Notice any waves of sensation as you come back to stacked. Shoulders over hips, knees still wide. Very nice. Palms behind you or to your outer legs. Draw your knees towards each other. And now I'm going to invite you, some of you may like to go to your back, others may like to do a windshield with me, palms behind you. I like this one, as you know, because you can undulate a bit in your back. You can roll out your head as you decompress in your legs and hips. Notice the spaciousness along your inner thighs, your groin, now that you've released the butterfly. Perfect. Now it's dragon time. Everybody's favorite. Place your towel or blanket, only if you have one, at the midpoint of your mat and slightly to the left. Now plant your left knee there. Make sure it's supported, nice little cushion. And step your right foot forward. Now, unlike lizard in vinyasa, for the most part, your right foot, your front leg is in a neutral position. So you're not stepping to the edge of your mat like you do in lizard. In dragon, it's just like a lunge. Now, actively nudge your left knee away from your mid body, so towards the back edge of your mat. And bring your right arm inside your right leg, your front leg. Palms planted, pause. Let your hips melt towards the earth. Keep your chest upright, gaze forward or chin to chest. Equalize the weight in your front foot. Spread all four corners. Now as you settle, option to stay upright or come to forearms. Now we all have a slightly different shaped hip socket. So you may slightly adjust your front foot outward or inward, your hip bone even, to allow your hip to unravel in this shape and not be compressed or bound. Chin to chest now. And now let's return to the cord. Drawing your mid body down towards the core of the earth. Except this time it's attached to your left hip bone. Guiding your entire pelvis down. And this is probably more than any of the other postures in this practice. One in which I encourage a little movement, a little integration within the posture, be a slight rocking side to side in your hips, or maybe forward and back as you lengthen your back and then compress a little, almost like a very subtle cat-cow. And as always, a path of least resistance in your arms, your shoulders. Little to no effort. Now stay with this, or with me, we'll move to Winged Dragon. If you were on forearms, come back onto your palms. Weight in your left palm and bring your right palm to your inner front thigh. Take an inhale here. Hug shoulder blades, start to gaze to the right. And as you exhale, sink your hips low. Press gently into your right leg. Subtle twist. Keep your chin over your heart. So turn your torso, your shoulders, not your head. Gaze inward. Notice the waves of sensation like fires, like flames. Dampen these flames with the cool flowing wind of your breath. Hips towards the earth, towards the center. Heart to the heavens. Stay for a full breath. Inhale. Exhale, opportunity to deepen. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, winged dragon, return to neutral. Pause, plant your palms. Soft hips, chest upright. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, very gently walk your way to half splits. Extend your right leg long, little flex of toes. Now pause here with a long spine. So before you fold, stay for an inhale. And exhale, fold towards your front leg. Hip bones back, crown forward. And now from here, feel free to undulate through half splits or come back and forth from your lunge to half splits. So this is a resonance period that invites free movement. However, if stillness feels just right for you, remain still in half splits. Perfect. Back through table, adjust your padding slightly to the right. Plant your right knee, step your left foot forward. And now nudge your knee behind you towards the back edge of your mat, top of your back foot down. Bring your left arm inside your front leg and pause. Again, based on the shape of your hip socket, it may feel right to slightly adjust your front foot. But once again, not to all the way to the outer edge of your mat, like we do in lizard. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, remain upright or forearms to your mat. Head heavy, chin to chest. With each passing exhale, hips towards the earth. Play your edge. Mild to moderate, slightly dull, slightly achy, slightly bitter. Each posture invites us to look deeper towards chronic tension, trauma, stress. It hides below the surface, in corners and pockets. With the light of your awareness, uncover these pockets and untangle them. Like your mind, set them free. With no desire, no distinction, no identification. Simply observe and let go. Option to stay as you are for these final moments. Or once again, we move to winged dragon. First, stand up on your palms. Then left hand this time, weight in your right hand, left hand to your inner front thigh. Stay for an inhale. Then as you exhale, soft hips towards the earth and gentle press into your front leg as you rotate. Heart to the ceiling. And I invite you to keep your chin over your heart. Turn from your shoulders, from your chest, from your abdomen. Winged Dragon will stay for a full breath. Inhale. Deepen as you exhale. Stay for another inhale. Exhale back through Dragon. Palms to the earth. Neutral hips, gaze forward, inhale. Exhale, rock back, Ardha Hanuman. Adjust your front heel and align with your hip, flex toes, just like half lift. Inhale, chest forward. And with your exhale, fold. As you did on the other side, take free movement, undulating through half splits or flex and extend your front knee a few times in rhythm with your breath. And return to table. Come onto your back. Pause for just a moment. Allow your body to soften into the earth. With your inhale, bring your knees toward your armpits. No excessive pressure, just enough to move. And now with your exhale, fetal shape, right side of your space. Now, if you have props, I'd like you to make sure they're within reach. We're going to move towards revolved abdomen. So this is just like supine twist, except with straight legs. So while you're in this fetal shape, first extend your legs. It does not have to be a perfect line from ankles to hips, but you don't want it drastic like some kind of angle. Moving towards an L shape. Now before you do anything with your props, sweep your left arm up and out. Bring your shoulder blades to your mat. Now perhaps the quality in your legs has changed. Perhaps they've separated from each other. In that case, place something between them. Now, if your shoulder blades won't level onto your mat without your legs lifting away from the earth, you can place something under your outer bottom leg. You can bring your right palm to your outer top thigh. Add a gentle traction. Now settle. Tee out your left arm. Option to cactus. Again, make sure though that your shoulder blades are equally in contact with the earth. And now I'd like you to observe the restriction points, the areas that seem tangled, compressed, incapable of expanding. And like a surgeon, apply a few rounds of breath to each of these areas, one at a time. You may notice in your belly, your ribs, your hip, even your shoulders. A binding, a clenching, a grasping. Let it go. Let it go. It may feel good to turn your head side to side, slowly and mindfully. Ease any pressure in your right hand if you're using it for traction. Final breath together. Inhale and exhale. Begin by bending your knees, one step at a time, and then move any props that were set up. And now make your way back to that fetal position, right side of your space that we began with. Rest your head on your arm. Drink in the afterglow of the posture. And this is really one of my favorite times to truly observe, to witness what the posture has done, what space has been created, what doors have been opened. Now make your way fetal shape left side. Props within reach. And before you apply your props, first extend your legs towards the left of your space. Slight flex of your toes. Hips vertically stacked. And with a broad inhale, sweep your right arm this time up and out. shoulder blades to your mat. Now, if your legs have adjusted away from each other, place something between them. If you can't unravel, if you will, or into this shape, place something under your bottom leg to elevate your hips just a bit and create space for your shoulder blades to soften down. Tee out your arms or left palm to your outer leg for assisted traction. Very gentle, very subtle. I just realized one of my favorite things about the yin style of yoga is that the time we're given in the postures is an invitation to dive into the story, the personality of the posture. And indeed, there is a story, a personality to the posture. The more we practice, the more time we spend dropped in, the more of a relationship. Funny how each time we practice, there's a slightly different experience, even when the postures are the same. I'd like you to keep that in mind in all your practices. To come into contact with them in such a way that they are not just hip openers and hamstring stretches, or core strengtheners and back bends, but divine tools, personalities that spread wisdom, heal, uncover. I believe the yogis who created postural yoga had this intention in mind. The tantrikas, the hatha yogi, always motivated to uncover the secrets of nature, the elements, the planets, always aware of the layers to be discovered. Full breath. Inhale and exhale. Now, once again, first bend your legs, remove any props, and make your way back to a fetal shape, left side of your space. Observe your effort, your work. See the castle you have built. Shavasana is our destination. Make your way there as slowly as you can. Place items under your knees, under your neck, eyes closed. Cover up with a blanket if you're chilly. Simply stir here in stillness. Like a sponge, absorb and observe this quality of well-being. Today I'm going to leave you to take a nice long winter Shavasana. When you're ready, when you are complete, seal your practice in your own special way. Thank you for joining me this evening. And thank you, yogis at home. Have a wonderful week. Good night. Namaste.